Energy readers of the world, welcome back to my channel. This is Energy Tarot, where we found the Zen within. Let's hop right into this. I was meditating, as usual. Yes, I meditate. I don't stare at a wall for 6 days or anything like that, but I do meditate most of the time, most cases before I do reads. And I pictured the Six of Swords, only it was the updated model in the newer version of these cards, which I haven't seen yet, but it was a speedboat instead of that rickety, Venice Beach looking boat that, barely goes anywhere very fast. So let's see if we see the. I want to see the Magician, I think, in the Six of Swords. Conclusions are within reach. Goes right along with all the energies that have been happening in the last few days. About the answers you see coming. Be bold and make the first move. Why do I feel like this is already going to turn into a love reading? Ay, ay, ay. Cardinal Moon. I'm kidding. So let's do this. Yep. Page of Wands. Be bold and make the first move. I got the Page of Wands on the bottom of the deck. I wonder who wrote the Book of Love. No, I'm kidding. I wonder if it's you that's the Knight of Wands. So we're just going to find out what Spirit's got for us. I don't know what's going to come out. I never do. I don't ever intend to look for the week ahead. I could. I don't know. I feel like tarot barely can go out past 3 days. It seems like right off rip. This is lovely. Already some heaviness. We got the Judgment, Three of Pentacles, Hierophant, the Miser, the Three of Cups, ooh, the Five of Pentacles, followed up with the lovely King of Cups. As a reader, I really, like every reader, I think, we just don't like to see the Five of Pentacles pop out, especially after your current. So, there's a judgment that's happened in your recent past. Must have something to do with your job, with your work. You decided to call it quits. I don't know. Well, honestly, these fell in reverse. Everybody knows my cards are upright. So the Ace of Swords and the Star in reverse for that judgment. Yeah, so there was some lying going on in a relationship. Maybe that's why the Three of Pentacles is after that. The third party. There's 3 people you found out about, and you wanted a traditional. You were looking more for a traditional type relationship, and I wasn't going to take these cards, but I think they go right along with that Three of Pentacles there, which is the Nine of Cups, the Ten of Pentacles. But then we have the Four of Wands, and on top of all of that, trumping all 3 of those, is that Five of Swords energy. So I think with this situation that's happened, where you thought you had it all, you thought you had the Ten of Pentacles, you thought you had your wish fulfillment, and that wasn't the case. Wheel of Fortune on the bottom. One more card. Yeah. Eight of Pentacles. This is, I've noticed if you stay around in tarot long enough and follow the loops, and really they're more like waves. I mean, there are some loops that happen, but a lot of waves, different energies that show up, and the readers that are tapped in, they show up every time. I go to those readers, and there it is. Same energy. Eight of Pentacles. This is a collective that's turning around, getting down and dirty. And really investing in themselves. And that's why the Four of Pentacles is in the center energy here. You're done with this drama, trio, I almost said triage. Maybe this confrontation that I see here landed somebody in the triage. But we've got the miser energy here in the middle, somebody that's really holding on to everything that they've got with all that they have. And this is a good thing. You know, sometimes holding back is not a good thing. I had to flip one more. The Strength card, you know, for that. You know, hold on tight with all your strength and all your might. I did not mean to make that rhyme. I do it all the time. I just split the deck on the Hermit card. Yep. Yep. I'm going to switch decks here because we've gotten rid of a lot of key cards that I don't want to miss. Look at that. Three of Cups. Three of Cups on the bottom of that deck that I haven't shuffled yet. Because that's where I'm getting to right now is the Three of Cups. The Queen of Wands underneath. So, somebody that is, and that has caught on to somebody else's games, you know, and that's the unfortunate catch-22 that we're in now. We have this lovely technology at our fingertips, and some people just can't resist. And I'm going to stop right there because that's the Nine of Pentacles on the bottom. And I wanted three cards. Three of Swords. Holy threes. So we have 4 threes out on this deck. Yeah. Oh, and there it is. I told you I want to see the Magician come out. And there he is. I had a feeling that this is, I don't know, I just love being tapped in. But so what's going on here is with you holding on to everything you got with all you've got, you're able to finally find the proper people that you can collaborate with. And that is you manifesting it because you're tired of that, the heartache and just the sadness. And so you're moving past that. Yeah, that's the Queen of Pentacles. I thought so. With this Queen of Pentacles, now, because you were able to hold out and hold on, that moves you into the Queen of Pentacles energy. That moves you into somebody who's a little more secure and a little more stable. Because you got away from whatever this was back here that was somebody that was taking all of your resources and not actually helping out. Because this is almost like two people who were out of money and had to go ask for help. That's how I'm seeing this card here. Is that puts you in such a state of, you know, it's almost like the Five of Pentacles should be back here. And maybe that's why the Five of Pentacles is up here, because that's your worry. And I think that that's why you're here in this read, because I'm here to tell you that what you fear you will attract. So if it's more lack that you're fearing, that you're going to attract more lack. You know, I'll give you this example. Like any grown man or any man growing up wants to be able to get a house, right? Well, you need a ton of money down and all of that. And when you have a wife that you're keeping at home with 2 kids, you know, it's not the easiest thing to do. And I'm renting and renting and renting and just throwing my money in the trash, you know, and I'm making this other guy a little bit of money on the side. I mean, and even as a landlord, you're not really making a ton of money. But anyways, because I said over and over and told everybody what I wanted, what I was going to do, I was able to manifest my dream. Yeah, I was told to do 2 more. Spirit just like, you know, they say, you hear that the universe doesn't have a sense of humor. Well, somebody up there sure does. Somebody up there sure does, because I was told to flip 2 more. Go ahead and pull 2 more cards, because I was a little confused. Okay, well, the 6 of Cups came out, and then the 7 of Wands came out, you know, the competition card. And then they said, just go ahead and flip 2 more cards. And it was the 4 of Wands, and now the King of Pentacles, because you remember the Queen of Pentacles is already out here. This is what you're manifesting now. Now that you've put this in the past, this, what you thought was your wish fulfillment, you know, you thought it was your wish fulfillment. You thought you had all the cups. You thought you had all the pentacles. And somebody showed you otherwise. And so now you're manifesting what you thought you had, only this time it's what you're really going to have. There's a little bit of competition involved in this situation. But obviously you're, you know, because this is, right, this is, oh no, this is the 7 of Pentacles, not the, or 7 of Wands, not the, but you do have the 4 of Wands here. And then that scared me. My cat came up out of nowhere behind the curtain, and I think he kind of did a Matrix slide down it on the inside. Anyways, so you're now manifesting the King of Pentacles and this the real 4 of Wands. You know, and this can be the 1111 card, obviously. And so now we have 1111 out here twice. Again, with all these synchronicities that are just continually showing up in my reads. Because, like I said, you end in that King of Wands. I'm sorry, you end in the King of Cups. But you have to stay steadfast in this competition. You have to overcome those sleepless nights. How do you do that? Well, the biggest thing is whatever and whoever this is that you're manifesting, it's almost as if you already know who it is. Because we already started out with be bold, make the first move. And then on the bottom of the deck, I have the 8 of Wands, which is probably, I would say, the second fastest moving energetic card in the deck. The 8 of Wands, aside from maybe the Chariot, probably being the number 1. And then the King of Cups again underneath that. So now I want to clarify why this King of Cups. What is it with this King of Cups that's here? And we're going to do that with... I didn't lose too many cards there. I can't hardly throw too many cards if I want to do clarifiers. I'm missing several cards. It gives me a chance, and the viewer a chance to know if it's their read or not, because then all of a sudden I have more synchronistic cards. Uh-oh. Nope. There we go. So what I'm getting is, again, this this vision of a speedboat. Like up here in Michigan, I remember one of the first times I went to, because I've been to Lake Erie several times, being from Ohio, but then in Michigan, going to the other lakes that I hadn't been to, and we went way up into the point in the UP, and I seen this thing that had, I can't remember now if it was 3 or 4 454s. I'm talking fast. Just next thing you know, he was in the horizon. I love this. Okay, so I'm asking it. Well, I guess I didn't ask you. In my head, and I did say that I want to clarify this King of Cups. And what I got out of that was the Three of Swords, the Empress, and the Ace of Swords. So again, it's probably going to go back to maybe this person is somehow tied to this situation back here, and maybe this person over here has some truth that you didn't even know about, and maybe that's what helps you get and move into and make this first move, because this person knows something about this situation. And that will help you move out of that Three of Swords, because the Three of Swords showed up again. So whoever this read is for, whoever I'm talking to, is a person who's very depressed. Very, very depressed. I mean, this is Nine of Swords energy all day long in this deck. Yeah? You don't want to be left out in the cold. And the way to do that is to manifest your way out of the cold. Don't be afraid of it. You know, we can only do so much. And it's not about surviving, it's about thriving. It's about a change in mindset, a change in perception. The billionaires that were in the same place as you, they didn't think the same way as you, or they would be in the same place as you still today. It's the lack mentality again. The lack mentality. I manifested a house. I said since I was 17 years old, I'm going to flip houses. I'm going to flip houses. I didn't say I want to work in construction my whole life. Nope, I didn't say that. But I did learn construction so that I could flip houses. Guess what? There's the Hermit card again. Vehicles. I mean, just all kinds of different things that before I even actually knew about manifesting and how it really worked, had an idea. And then after I learned about it, I manifested an even better vehicle because I figured it out. And then when I manifested, I thought, you know what? I capped myself, and if I would have just said this other number, I would have had a different, better vehicle. Because I had still lack mentality. I don't remember who it was that I listened to, and he was like, you know, and I actually been in the game of life and how to play it by Florence Scovel Shinn. But you know, people who are on the lower end always wish for and manifest lower end, smaller things. You know, oh well, I just need $5,000 for whatever. And then the guy who's already got the $5,000 is like, well, I need $50,000 for whatever. Well, and again, the guy who already has $50,000, well, I need $5 million. You know, so I'm like, you know what? I'm just gonna fly past all that, and I just need $5 million right now. Here, you know, we're afraid of what I know. I've seen that meme before, and it is, I am scared to death of $40 million or something like that. So we got the Lover Oracles here. Yeah, see, I was hurt by you. Why do I feel so lost? And I get that lost energy in this Three of Swords here. And there was another card that really is like a lost, well, obviously the Five of Pentacles, but I think that's an energy, again, that's in your near future. So that's part of tarot also, you know, now that we know a little bit about the near future, you have free will that you can get out of it. You can change, you can jump timelines. Emotions overwhelm me. Yeah, see, so how could you ever forgive the mess I've made? You don't even worry. That's the thing. Yeah, you have a lot of low self-esteem. People don't believe in me. You don't have to beg for forgiveness. That's where I've learned in my own experience, anyways, that you almost the same way they say love yourself first before you can love anybody else. You almost really have to apologize and forgive yourself first. I'm starting to learn before you can actually forgive somebody else, because that's what a lot of people, I see it all the time. How could I ever forgive him for that? I could never forgive him for that. I could never forgive him for that. Well, now I realize what that is. That is the projection of you not being able to admit and forgive yourself that, yeah, I actually am the one who picked that. I'm the one who put myself in that position. I'm the one who married that person. Yeah, see, despair and family room and gifts. So I'm really getting, yeah, see, there's something going on here with, it's, oh boy, oh man. I'm like really, really uncomfortable, okay? Toil and labor on the bottom of that deck. We gotta get some other something on top of this and squash this energy, because, you know, it's almost dipping down into the guilt and the shame and the regret. And that's the thing that you cannot do. You cannot regret and be guilty and feel shameful for what. And hey, it doesn't matter what it was that was done by you, even, because you can't undo it, right? You just got to know, hey, maybe I won't do that to the next person, or whatever it is. But at the same time, this spread here looks like it's nothing that you might have done nothing wrong. They might not have done nothing wrong. You're just two young people who, we aren't taught how to handle our emotions, especially if you're a guy. We're taught to set that shit on fire and throw it out the window. Set it on somebody else's doorstep so they can step on it. You're asked. This is that presence card again. I threw that out, I don't know how many times now since I've had this deck. Almost every time since I've had this deck. You're being asked to spend more time in the present moment. Stop ruminating about the past or longing for the future. Your life is happening right now, and when you're not in the present, you will miss all of life's beauty. And that's so true. And it's a time for pivoting. This is that hangman energy. Sometimes when things aren't falling into place and you're trying and trying, it's time to ask yourself if pivoting in some way would be a good idea so that your life can flow more easily and effortlessly. How could you pivot even just a little bit? Because that's where we're our own enemy. We're our own worst enemy. We're our own blockers. We're our own stoppers. We literally fight against ourselves, And unfortunately, we don't sometimes realize that until, I won't say until it's too late, but it's when you feel like it's too late. It's time to focus. You're being asked to shift your focus away from what isn't working and toward what is. Paying extra attention to where you place your focus is the first step toward creating an amazing life. Because it's no different than you are what you eat. Well, you also are what you feed your eyeballs, what you feed your soul. Sometimes you want to put yourself around other people because you think or you want to be able to help or be a light in their life. But sometimes you're not going to be able to be that light all the time because other people try to dim your light. And all they're going to do is suck the oxygen out of the air and your light's going to go dim. Mouth breathers. Mouth breathers. you know, people don't believe in me. Like, this is a lot of self-limiting beliefs. And again, it's just probably from whatever's been whatever's happened in your past, whatever's been said and spoken over you, you know. Calling people names, that's a spell. They're putting a spell on you. You know? That's why you rebuke that in the name of Jesus. Get behind me, Satan. But you can always take the old school approach. I'll rubber your glue. Whatever you say bounces off me and sticks to you. But I like to suck it in, transmute it, and turn it into light. And then my light actually ends up getting brighter. Eventually, your light's going to get so bright, you're going to set them on fire. You are worthy. Because you've obviously been telling yourself you're not. So Spirit's here to tell you that you are worthy. It doesn't matter what you think, because you're not your thoughts. Your thoughts are from over here. You know, it's that old school, they call it the Nazi thing, but I know that they adopted it from who knows what. It's a human thing, you know. You say something to somebody over and over enough, and they're going to believe it. I don't even care enough to research it to even know the proper name for that, but I'm sure there's a technical name. But you're worthy. No matter what you've been told, you're worthy. The world is blessed to have you. I'm telling you. You're really confused about yourself. You know, and this is where, I'm not going to say the word because I don't even know if I'm allowed to on here, but this is where you want to take yourself out. And this is why people do that. Because they start actually believing what these assholes in your past told you. But you cannot. One more, they said. Yes, that's why they said it. Because what do you need to do then? You need to clear your energy field. You need to reground yourself. You're all up in the air with all of these illusions that have been given to you by these people in your past. And that's all up in the air. That's why we have to reground ourselves, reattach ourselves to this earthly realm. That's what we're here for, the human experience. Yeah, you are enough. You're worthy. You're here for a reason. That's why you're here. You're here for a reason. To raise the vibration of the collective. You know, we are the Borg. What is it? I think that's what they say. Star Trek, the Borg. We are the Borg. And, you know, we all have a job, and that's it. Raise the vibration. And, you know, this is how you raise the vibration. You move away from what no longer serves you. You want that traditional relationship. See, that's the ironic part about this, is people are starting to really want this. And this is what it used to be. Yeah, well, that's all right. Yeah, it's time to create. I actually have creative music on right now. Soul transition. It's time to create a soul transition. Not a change, a transition. This is the death card. And it's beautiful because they make it look like the earth is an egg. And the tree is what actually gets birthed out of it. It's beautiful. I love the artwork in this deck. And we have heal on the bottom. Heal. How do you heal? You have to talk to yourself nicely. You can't keep beating yourself up. about the past. And Epiphany on the bottom of that deck. I haven't shuffled yet, so we won't count that. We won't count it, but hey, it's time that you had an epiphany. It's time that you had an aha moment about this situation. Be bold and make the first move. Conclusions are within your reach. The world card didn't come out, but there's a big old world circle or whatever thing there. So, I don't know. Whatever. The number 12 card, 3. Yeah, see? Eagle. Fly away. Fly away from that situation. And that's another 3. Oh my goodness. I don't even know how many 3s we have out here now. I think there's 6 3s out here. I'm pretty positive it ended up being 6 3s that are out here. I was keeping a mental tick. I'm not going to go through it, but I know I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I know there's at least 5. Anyways, that's insane. Look up 3 and just really dive deep into that number 3. I suggest. I suggest you just figure out what is so special about... Oh, I'm going to the number 3 here because we're talking about it. So we're going to read the number 12 card, the Eagle, which is the second transformation of the Scorpio. Then it's the Phoenix. Why can I not count? Here we go. No! Oh my goodness. Come on. Now is your time to soar. Do not fear that you will fail. You have received this card as the universe wants you to know you have the ability to see your current situation with a bird's eye view. The eagle is a powerful bird with the strength, courage, and prowess to take flight and reach great heights. This psychic reading card is letting you know there are great changes about to take place within your life. Spirituality, you are about... Yeah, I read that right. Spirituality, you are about to lift to new heights and to access a new dimension within yourself. Receiving the psychic reading card of the eagle is confirmation you are on the right path. This card also is a gentle reminder for you to believe in your own inner strength. The eagle can be a sign you need to reconnect with the spiritual path if you feel you have lost your way. Meditation at this time can be very beneficial to help you access and unlock your higher consciousness. The psychic reading card of the eagle wants you to be more aware and open to listening to your intuition. When the eagle soars on high, it can see life in all directions and has the ability to change direction with ease. We human beings sometimes feel we are unable to see our own life's path from all perspectives. So it's time to think and be free like an eagle. Allow yourself the chance to change paths or redirect your thoughts if your current path no longer resonates with you. It is time to understand that making changes can be a positive experience. You may sometimes get stuck in life and fear the things you cannot see or understand. The eagle is here to reassure you this is not the time for fear. It is a time for strength, which we got out here, clarity, which we got out here, and great spiritual change, which we also got out here. Know in your heart that within you is hidden the eagle, waiting to help you explore your life's journey and purpose. You know, in my lifetime, I had never seen an eagle in real life until only a few years ago. And actually, they were so protected that I knew of some people we had done some work for probably 20 years ago, but they wouldn't even take us to show us their nest. They had pictures of them, and you could tell it was in their backyard. I'm like, how do you have this picture of this eagle? It looks like it was your backyard. He said, oh, it is. But so now they are, and they have made such a comeback. We actually have eagles all around here in Michigan, and there's a town eagle that's not far from my house. And it was like I was in some scary movie, and it was like a pterodactyl flew over, and it literally put a big shadow over my vehicle. I had no idea how huge and massive these uh, these birds are in real life, and it's no wonder that they are able to see all things all at once, because they got a way bigger eyeball, obviously, than any of these other birds. Holy cow! Makes a vulture look like a pigeon almost, almost. But anyhow, that's what Spirit's asking you to do. Rise above all this shit. You know, Gabriel's blowing his trumpet, his horn over all this. It's a sound bath. But this Three of Cups energy that's just plowed out here, I want to say Three of Cups actually is what came out 3 different times from 3 different decks. You're about to have a blast. You're about to have a party. You're about to be able to finally move past all the guilt and the shame and the regret and all that crap that was in the past. That this person must have had you under that spell. Quite literally under that spell. Telling you that you're worthless, or that you're not going to amount to anything, or that whatever your ideas are, so whatever it is that they were telling you to clearly put you in that energy. But you're manifesting yourself out, or you need to manifest yourself out. Again, it's all in your head. Everything's all in your head. When I quit smoking cigarettes, I remember it was the second time, actually, the time for good. It was all of a sudden, I just didn't want a cigarette anymore. And this is how I did it. It was all in my mind. I talked to myself negative about it the whole entire time. Every time I lit up, every time I smelled it, it didn't matter. It was in my head. I was always in my head. Oh my gosh, this is awful. It's horrible. It makes sure, every negative side effect of smoking, I just continued to bash myself constantly in my head. And then it was literally like my taste buds changed overnight. I remember we were out in the smoke, taking a smoke break, and I just looked over at the guy and I was like, this is the last cigarette I'm ever going to smoke. And he's like, what? No, come on. He's like, there's no way. The guys I worked with, they knew I was the hardcore smoker. Now I was only, whatever. I guess I didn't know I was going to get into this, but I guess because I'm the only testimony that I can give you right now. I'm not going to give you somebody else's testimony. I'm giving you what I've overcome by my own mind, my own thoughts. I didn't take no pills. I didn't, get hypnotized. I didn't read a book. I didn't do any of this crap that you could spend thousands and thousands of dollars on, and it still not work. Because the only thing that works, because those pills, they're temporary. You're going to want another one until you completely change your mind. Have a real breakthrough. Have a real aha moment. A real experience. Sorry about that. I thought I was having somebody come to the door at 1:30 at night. And sadly enough, I didn't. No surprise visitors. No, I'm kidding. But anyhow, yeah, so like I was saying, this is a time where you just really need to be easy on yourself. Be gentle on yourself. anytime those thoughts come from whatever's been told to you in the past, you need to hit it with the opposite. When I'm driving and I have crazy things in my head, because I've hit a lot of deer. Actually, I had hit a deer with every single vehicle I own since I moved to Michigan. One vehicle I hit 4 deer actually with. But the last 2 vehicles, because I stopped saying I hit a deer with every vehicle, and I started saying the opposite. No, I'm not ever going to hit another deer. I've hit all the deer I'm ever going to hit the rest of my life. I've hit enough deer. I will never hit another deer with another car as long as I live. It's not going to happen. Because I'm going to have eyes to see. I'm going to have reflexes to go. So, it's really all perception. It's literally all perception. Jim Carrey did not know before he wrote that check that he was going to write himself that check. Also, he did not know that he was going to cash that check. But when he wrote that check, he knew he was going to cash that check, and he never thought differently. Because if he would have, that's what he would have attracted. Oh, I love it. I love it. I love tarot. I love a pile of energy on my table. So with that, I'll leave you this, and especially this read. And these are words. I don't think I've shared where I got this from. And actually, Scorpio Priestess, she posted it on her page a while back. But I actually got this from a church I was in that I was really not happy with. I had seen a lot of things, and I was a kid. But I read this on the wall. I want to say 7 years old, probably 6 or 7. And that's where I got this, is that you need to watch your words. I'm sorry, your thoughts, because they will turn into your words. And like I said already, you're not your thoughts. Those thoughts came from somewhere else. So this is why you have to watch them, because then they're going to become your words. Then they're going to become the manifestations, which will then turn into your habits. The words are the manifestation. Because then it's just a matter of the reality catching up. If you're a person that says, I always have bad luck, that's your manifestation. Now the bad luck is catching up to your manifestation. You see, I'm going to be the first millionaire in my family. Now it's got to catch up. The universe is like, oh, whoa, wait a minute. Hold on a second. This guy's completely switched it up here. We got to figure out, hold on. Did anybody realize, did anybody got, what, where did that go? You see? So, that's what happens. That's the flow chart. And then those habits are going to turn into your character. And then now you're the person who always has bad luck. And then guess what happens? Then you get everybody else in here that will also manifest it right along with you. They will agree right along with you. And that's what the Bible says, where 2 or 3 agree. Let it be so. You see how that works? If you don't, you will. Or you can look now in your past and see that it has. If you're still with me, it's time for milk and cookies. You stayed till the end. You made it. All right, here we go. I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. See you on the north side.